So yes, this view is very real and it blows me away every second that I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it now. So I was moving the body this morning, training, exercising, nothing, more of a recovery day. So just walking, running, swimming, treading water, just hour and a half of just continuous movement, just being in nature, being in the water. Gentleman came up to me, he saw me swimming and he said to me, "Did you have a good workout?" And I said, "Oh, it wasn't too bad. I enjoyed being in the water." And I caught myself just there. And I started going deep into what my response was. Not bad. I enjoyed being in the water. As if to say, I didn't go hard enough, the intensity wasn't there, therefore my workout was mediocre or less than. Therefore I am less than. Now, I'm going to extremes now. That's not what I was thinking or even feeling. But I caught this old tape playing, this old version of me coming through that has traditionally been defined by doing more and working at high intensity and being at the peak of expression or experience or performance. And I caught myself falling back into this old place of I'm not enough, this old place of I need to do more, this old place of I didn't go hard, therefore I'm not worthy. And it was literally at those extremes. And if I keep peeling it back, if I really get honest with myself, and that's what I'm doing here, is there's that wound there of I want the approval of that father figure, of my father. I want to seek the validation, to show him how amazing I am. And the harder I go, the more that I push, the more powerful I am, the more the likelihood that I will be seen. And that is the permeating energetic that has been running through me for so much of my life. But that then also transmutes to other areas of my life, to my peer groups, to the way I show up in business, how I conduct myself in general, how I present these different aspects of myself to the world. It's always with this, can I be better than what I actually am? Can I be seen to be more than what I am? Can I be seen to be at the peak of my game? Because who I am essentially isn't enough. Who I am isn't amazing enough, wonderful enough. The intrinsic value of me in the world just isn't enough. And I'm not the only one that shares this. I work with thousands of men in groups, in an intimate, individual space. And what happens? What is the core of so many of the issues, the intimacy issues that men face, the ability to not be resilient, to not be tough, to be in their shadow expression. So being tough carries two ultimate prongs, right? You can be tough in a healthy way, and you can be tough in a way that is being hyper protective, compensating, masking your pain, your shadow, your insecurity, your sense and feeling of inferiority. And I've been there so much, and so many of the men that I work with are also in that space, and so they overcompensate. And to overcompensate means you have to overextend. You need to do a lot more. You need to give a lot more. You need to pretend a lot more. You need to wear the masks that are heavier and thicker and deter the outside world from who you truly are and what your pain and your fears really are. And that's what it comes down to. So when that gentleman asked me, "Did you have a good workout?" and I said it wasn't bad, my authentic come from was, I didn't do much, or I had the perception that I didn't do much, therefore you shouldn't be impressed with me, therefore you shouldn't be even talking to me because I'm not worthy of you. It's like it's that level of energetic. Now, I'm not feeling that now, but I caught myself in that moment being in a snippet of the essence of that. I just started looking a little deeper as where does that still play out in my life? Where does that still show up in my friendships, in the way I present myself in business, in my intimate relationship? Where do I still show up in a way that isn't completely real, that I'm hiding still? I'm hiding because of low self-worth, low confidence, insecurity. Remnants of that still there, that when I'm pushed to my edge, when I'm in overwhelm, do I go to that place? Do I come from that energetic? And it just got me thinking about how we hide from ourselves so well. No matter who you are, you hide from yourself so well. We do that as human beings. Like the developmental or the coping strategies we create for ourselves during our developmental years, they are so entrenched in our nervous systems, in our bodies, in our minds, in the way that we are, that to undo those, to unravel those, requires time and patience and effort and diligence and awareness and continuous action. Continuous action. And so the invitation for me this morning to myself was to just step into full ownership of, I had an amazing workout and I moved my body and I'm so blessed and I'm so grateful. Can I deepen and even enrich in that sense of gratitude and appreciation that I genuinely have? But can I go deeper there into that place? And I was not there, because in that moment, for that split second when I responded, the come from wasn't valuing who I was in the world and how I showed up and what I did and how I performed, because enough is never enough. It was never good enough. It was never going to be good enough. No matter what I did in the water, just back there, just there, no matter what I did, no matter how hard I trained, it would have just been not bad because of my come from, because of the place it was coming from within here. And that means in that moment, I forgot who I was. I forgot my truth. I didn't value myself just for a moment. And I lost who I was. I went back into familiar patterns because at some level they're safe. Familiar patterns are safe for us, irrespective of whether they are healthy or not. And so it's time for me to go a little deeper and look inward more and ask myself, where am I still wearing masks? What am I still hiding from? Where am I holding insecurities? And where am I still placating to a false God? And I don't necessarily mean my father in that sense, but the perception of what he's meant to be in my life. And I do love my father and I care for him deeply. And very gratefully, he's still alive, he's still around. And so if I needed to have these conversations with him, they'd be a struggle because he wouldn't get it. He doesn't get it. But not that I need him around to have these conversations, but there's still healing to be done there, right? At visceral levels. And taking the ownership of that means that it becomes malleable. I can work with it at a deeper level. And we take ownership of the elements, the relationships in our lives that have caused us hurt. And they may not cause us hurt now. Maybe we've forgiven and let go. Sometimes that shit's still in our nervous system. And it will come up just like it did this morning. It wasn't intense in any capacity, but it got me feeling, if we are astute enough. And to be astute means to just want to be aware enough of our patterns. Then we'll catch ourselves in the minutiae of that pattern being expressed in the world that fortifies and reinforces that pattern. And then we get to shift just a little deeper. We get to go just a little deeper into self. And that's when we start to really shift. That's when we do even the deep, the deep work. Yes. Power to that. Power to you, power to me, power to us. My invitation to you is, where are you wearing those masks and where are you still hiding? What are you hiding from? And where are you not honoring and acknowledging your brilliance? Power and blessings to you.